Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2 playoffs. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied once again by IC, the duelist for G2 Esports, who are coming off of a 2-0 series victory over Leviatán in the upper bracket finals to progress to the grand finals once again of VCT Americas. And so IC, really appreciate you taking the time for another conversation, this time in person. Just want to ask you the obvious question, as I usually do. Beating Leviatán, team that many looked at as a favorite, what's going through your mind?
I mean, the win feels good, but also just like going into each game, we always feel confident. And I felt like we were the favorites going into this. We've been also frying. Like people like say they haven't dropped a map, but I think our peak form is better than their peak form, and I think we showed that today.
For sure, definitely continuing the team's peak form today specifically. I mean, taking down Leviatán in Icebox and buying Icebox, of course, Leviatán's strongest map, I feel, this year. I mean, for you guys to start off 10-2 and just winning that map, first and foremost, I mean, what kind of happened for you guys that to just play so well and just beating them in such a resounding fashion?
I mean, I'm sure people are surprised. Our Icebox hasn't looked too insane recently, but we also haven't played it in a long time. And I think in practice, we were working on our mistakes, a lot of like fundamental mistakes. So we were just working on certain things, and we got to show that in the game today, what we've improved on.
What about from your point of view, just having to play against Leviatán and just contributing to the team's overall success in that map and also the other map? I mean, what do you think kind of went right for you from your point of view?
I mean, for me, it just felt like we were playing the like man down situations better than they were, like a 3v3, 3v2. Like it just felt like we were playing together in the right moments, and we needed like big rounds, and we were able to clinch the big rounds that were super close and could have gone either way.
For sure. Then I got to ask you about buying. I mean, same story, winning, starting off with an 8-4 first half and then continuing that momentum all the way to the end. Sort of same question, but more so on that map, what kind of enabled the team to continue their momentum in that second map?
I mean, I'm buying, they gave us attack, so that felt really good. Like I'm confident in Valent's calls. And like, like when we go into those games, like we all know, like, that we just like are confident, and whatever he calls, like we're just gonna trust Valen. And I think he made some great calls today on our attack half, and we also, made some great calls on our defense, and that like brought us the win.
How confident was his team heading into this match? Given the fact that up to this point you guys took down 100 Thieves, and then I believe also Sentinels at the end of the regular season, a triad, and even now including today against Leviatán, a trio of very well regarded opponents. Well, what was the team's confidence like heading into today, and even as the series went along?
I mean, we aren't gonna let go of the like breaks or anything. Just not gonna like ease off just because we made champions. We're just gonna keep pressing forward, and every game matters to us. We want the seeding and the trophy. So I think like from last stage we lost 200 Thieves, and we kept losing 200 Thieves, and we were able to show that we grew as a better team than them, and we beat them. And I think we also like knew like we had previously beat Lev last stage in a BO5. So we were all just like confident going into the game. We've been playing well, and then also we have already beat Lev in the past. So there was nobody that was like feeling down going into the game. We aren't gonna like let go, and we're just gonna keep pressing forward.
For sure. I mean, at the very least, you guys have secured a second seed in VCT Americas, now in the position of getting into or winning the title. I mean, look, comparing this to last year, or not last year, but more so last stage. I mean, G2 made it to the grand finals from the lower bracket. Obviously, the reverse happened here coming into this with in the upper bracket with on a hot streak. How do you kind of compare the team's form from how stage one and then and right now?
I mean, we have like patched up a lot of our mistakes, and we're constantly growing as a team. And for me, I'm just becoming more comfortable in the environment and just like getting to know my team better. Like at the start of the stage, I kind of just joined, but now I've been here for a few months. So we're feeling better and better. And from last stage, also like going into our grand finals, we had a BO5 versus Lev, and I think that kind of like drained us. And going into grand finals, we were kind of off. We kind of just did not start great. We were just playing off just because it just felt like we were playing so many games. So I think the off day that we're going to get after this win is going to feel great. So going into next game, we're really confident whoever we play, whether it be Crew, 100 Thieves, or Lev.
For sure. I mean, I got to ask you now about your qualification to champions, because that happened yesterday, beating 100 Thieves. I mean, of course, plenty of of videos we've been made about, the old guard crew and Leaf and stuff. But I gotta ask about you. This is your first time, first year rookie, already making champions, despite a shaky start to your individual form. Now that I'm hearing you say you're confident, and the same can be said for the rest of the team. Just going into that, what was the emotion like for you to secure a spot for yourself in Champions later on in Korea?
I mean, it feels great. We all know the job's not done, but for me, just like qualifying for both international events that I was able to qualify for, because I wasn't here at the start of the season, it feels great. We went to Shanghai already. We played pretty well there and ended up taking third. So going to champs, it feels great qualifying. I never would have thought like I would make it this far this quick, and it feels like it's a great feeling overall.
For sure. I mean, what do you think was the biggest thing that you had to adjust from that earlier point and to now, given all the things that I've been talking to you about and the past conversations that I've been able to have with you so far this year? What do you think was one thing that stood out in terms of adjustments?
I would say the biggest adjustment for me is just like the mental part of the game. I just feel like, I've always had this in me. I just feel like I wasn't playing great because of my mental. And I was kind of just like feeling down on myself, just not playing confident and like not playing like I'm not playing as me, I just felt like I was just trying to form myself into more of a team player, and I was trying to do too much for the team. But I just realized like quickly that if I just be myself and just play how I want to and just how like my team wants me to, then that's all that matters. And it's showing in the games. We're winning. For
sure, definitely. It seems like G2 is very poised to get that VCT America's crown finally, after not being able to do so back in stage one. What's the confidence level like for the team? Do you guys feel like now is the time for you guys?
I mean, I feel like now's the time. Yeah, we've already been through here once. We got the off day coming up, so I think that rest day will be big for us going to grand finals.
For sure. I mean, you got any preference for who you want to face in the grand finals? 100 Thieves, Crew, Leviatán, or does it really matter?
I mean, we beat all these teams on our path to get here, so I think any team, I think we'll be good. I'm confident.
For sure, that's what I want to hear. IC, thank you so much for doing this once again for another interview. Really do appreciate you doing this. Congrats on the win, and of course, best of luck on Sunday.
Yep, thank you.